A small group in Pavilbania, we have come together in a satsang. Satsang means gathering of devoted people, people dedicated to truth. Sat is truth. Also, Sat is existential energy for existence, for understanding. So, the gathering of good people to go into, to explore into the wonder and mystery of life. Without getting entangled into the things of the mind. Which is denial of life. Mind is the denial of life. Life is non-divisive awareness, and mind is divisive consciousness. Mind is possible because of the connection of the body with life. But then, when the body runs into the material process called mind, it becomes so dominating, overwhelming, that the life becomes dormant, and life is covered up by obscurity. So, we are in a satsang, and this satsang, it has been decided that it will be, the subject of the satsang will be the song by John Lennon, and the wonderful song known everywhere as Imagine. We are going to go into this song together. The most wonderful phenomenon that happened from the state of awareness in which John Lennon found himself available. Because one has to use the ordinary language for communication. This language and its ability to communicate is very limited, and it is very much restricted and conditioned by the society and its mentality. So one has to really ponder over deeply and discover the message behind the words, beyond the words, beyond all limitations and restrictions imposed by the routine language phenomenon. So, for example, he uses the word imagine. What to do? But ordinarily, what imagine means, we know under the clutches of mind, under the influence of mind, we run amok in our imagination movement. Everybody is in fancy and fantasy, wild imagination, daydreaming, constantly going on, always chattering. No silence. Is all because of overwhelming activity of the pollution of imagination in which the mind is everlastingly caught up in every human being. Everybody is imagining, living in images, images about oneself, images about others, and the relationships are all based on images. There is no direct relationship on the basis of insight, INSIGHT. Only imagine, only speculation, only suspicion, only doubts, only comparison, only getting into envy and jealousy. Let us look at ourselves. This is what is happening. We imagine that we know. We pretend that we know. And thereby we derive pleasures of knowing, the pride of knowing. And the fact is we know nothing. There is no way to know anything about the otherness, the unnameable, the unknowable. There may be some flashes of perceptions here and there, and that is enough. But we prevent that flashes to happen because of our remaining entrenched in the network of fragmentation. Now let us take the song. Imagine there is no heaven. Here The imagine indicates have an insight. INSIGHT. This would be the real implication when John Lennon is using the word imagine. Imagine there is no heaven. What is heaven? Is it not a humbug or a hoax of stupid belief systems imposed by the society, by the cultural input, by the priestcraft and their machinations and maneuvers? Please see, it's a total hoax, total humbug. The real heaven, he says, it is easy if you try. That means this insight must happen effortlessly, easily. Because if there is an effort, it is again an ego trip. Effort may be all right in technical world, but it matters deeply in the dimension of understanding. The undertaking of effort has no place. It has to be easy, natural. No ego trip under any excuse. Because when an effort is made, it is not made by insight. Insight does not need any effort. It is the I, the ego, that needs effort in order to give itself continuity. And I is all that network of separative psyche with all its constituents, which are all utter stupidity. And when I is making an effort, it is stupidity which is making an effort, and therefore giving continuity to stupidity. There cannot be any insight. So, insight, here imagine means insight, and insight has to be easy, has to be effortless. It is easy if you try. And you will see that then above us only sky, no heaven, only sky. And what is sky? Sky is what is called in Sanskrit khechara, khechari mudra, a state of emptiness, which is wholeness, WHOLE, which is holiness. This is the skyness in our awareness is non-divisive. And when there is no division, there is divinity. The skyness is divinity. It is not to be polluted by a concept of heaven, which is our ultimate greed.